Here he is, without further ado, the one and only, the great Al Foran. There he is, Al. How are you, my friend? It's so great to see you, my friend.
Oh, I am good, pal. I am good. Very good. Absolute honor and privilege to be on.
Oh, it's great, and I'm not going to ask you anything about Man United. I've seen your Twitter feed where it's like the ramblings of a crazed fan. I understand, as a crazed fan myself, I understand, but you just let it all out on the social media when Man United is playing. What's wrong with Man United?
Structurally, they're just not the club they were years ago when Alex Ferguson was the manager. It just seems to be all over the place. The players are overpaid. I think listen, you're leading me on a tangent.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I just thought you would say, they're going through a rough time and they'll get back on track. I didn't mean to open up that wound.
The average weekly wage for a Manchester United player, I think, is £160,000 a week. So we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
So they need to be performing better if they're on that kind of money every week.
That's right. It's amazing. I could see, like, even a little bit, I could start to see the Conor come out in you a little bit, even as you're talking there, because I've watched so many of your videos. But we're not going to go to the good stuff just yet, because I do want to ask you a couple questions. What you do is incredibly tough, and you are incredibly talented. When did you first realize that you had this gift, that you were able to impersonate people? Because this is a real special talent that you possess.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of impressionists, impersonators will tell you that, how it all started was, they take off family members at, different functions and dues. So weddings, birthday parties. That was kind of the spiel for me when I was a kid. I'd be impersonating aunties, uncles, cousins, close friends of my parents. I mean, my parents married when I was 10 years old, and I got up at the top table and I made a speech, but my speech consisted of me impersonating the people at the top table.
That is great.
So it was kind of a little 5 to 7 minute comedy routine, that I did on the day.
Who are some of your heroes, your inspirations when it comes to this field? Who are the greats?
Oh, I mean, well, in Ireland, I'll start off with Ireland. Mario Rosenstock he's a famous impressionist in Ireland, and he would have been one of my heroes growing up. There was also a sketch show in Ireland called Après Match, which they would air it for every international tournament, every international soccer tournament, and it was just pure gold. And that'd be on every summer. And if we're looking at the States, I mean, you can't get any better than Frank Caliendo. That guy is just
legend.
He's scary. He's a legend, and it's just scary how good he is. He is incredible.
And if you don't mind me asking, is this like your full-time job?
Yeah.
Wow.
Full-time job.
You're able to. You have a lovely daughter. I do believe Sophia is her name. Shout out to Sophia.
Yes, Sophia is my daughter's name. Yeah, she's 3 next month.
Oh wow.
So yes, she's getting big. She's becoming. She's kind of the boss of the house as well. She rules the roost, and rightfully so. But she's great. She really is. She's coming on, and like I'm doing Peppa Pig impressions for her now.
Oh my God.
I'm doing Paw Patrol. I'm moving into another market, Ariel.
God, I mean, Peppa Pig was on the television in my house for like a good 3 years. Derek, can I ask you for a Peppa Pig? I mean, since you bring it up, it wasn't part of the set that we came up with, but I can't even imagine.
I don't particularly do Peppa Pig. I do Grandpa Pig. I do. Hello, I'm Grandpa Pig. Hello, Peppa. Hello, George.
She must love it.
I don't, Madame Gazelle, the teacher of Peppa Pig. I love children.
They have to get there's a leaky roof, and they have to get the money for the leaky roof in the school. You know that episode? Yeah, my wife and I used to do that. Your daughter must love that when you're imitating the characters.
She loves it. Yeah, she does love it. She gets a laugh out of it. She demands me to do, though. It's like she demands me to do one on repeat, one that she loves.
Okay.
Like I do Mr. Bull. She's asleep upstairs, but I do Mr. Bull as well. We're digging up the road. And I do be screaming that in the car when I'm driving her home from play school. It's brilliant.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Now you and the Fury family have become friends. I saw you were kind of touring with John and Tyson. What was that deal all about?
That was just an incredible week. Tyson's management company, Gold Star Promotions, obviously had put on a big kind of UK homecoming tour for Tyson after the Wilder victory. And we did 6 cities in the UK over the span of a week. So we started off in Manchester, Birmingham, Cardiff, Leicester, London, and then Glasgow. Honestly, just an unbelievable week. I had so much fun. I got to know I've met Tyson on previous occasions, but I got to know him a little more. He's just salt of the earth. He's just such a lovely guy, such an approachable guy. You've interviewed him. There's a comfort you have with Tyson when you're talking to him. You know, he provides that. He's just a really great guy, and John as well. John, I had such just great conversations with, and I had good fun. You know, I did a couple of pranks. I sent Jake Paul a message on Instagram through Tyson's Instagram as Donald Trump.
Did he see it?
I think he did. He didn't really react to it, though.
I can't imagine what it's like. You're imitating Tyson and John to their faces. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was scary. Yeah, because Coogan Cassius was interviewing him in Cardiff, and Coogan put me on the spot, and I did the Tyson impression, and then I went into the John impression. And Gareth Davies as well on the first night got me to do the John impression for the first time. And it was just, I suppose I'm so used to being in those situations. It's a bit of pressure, you know, but I just go and do it. It's kind of a fuck it kind of attitude.
Right. No, I get
do it.
Have you ever impersonated someone and then you found out privately like they didn't like it and they were mad at you about it?
No, not particularly. I did when I did the show with Mayweather in Birmingham a few years ago. I did a Trump impression in front of him, and I don't think he was too happy about it.
Okay.
But I did McGregor, I did Mike Tyson, I did many others, and he loved them. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. Now, what is the deal between you and Conor? Because there was some story. I mean, he's even tweeted about you. And what was interesting about the tweets was, he kind of announced that you guys were going to be involved in this wheelchair boxing event. Mm. And then he's like calling you out in the tweets, and he's not even tagging you. He's just like, what is the tweet? We have it here. What's the other one? That's the one where he's like preparing for you after the Poirier fight, and I can't read. Don't talk about it, be about it. Al Foran. And it's like, what is going on here? People are like, is he fighting a guy named Al Foran? I'm assuming there was some confusion. So what is the relationship that you have with Conor?
I've met Conor on many occasions, and it's always a bit of fun with Conor. I think the last time I met him in person was the pantomime, the Christmas pantomime I did in 2019 in Dublin. His sister Erin, we were both in the pantomime together, and Conor came on the night after Christmas with all of the family, and it was a lovely night. He came down, and he was chatting to the cast, and I got to chat to him for a little bit, and his mother, Margaret, grabbed me and said, "Come on, I'm bringing you over to do the impression." And he was like, don't let him do it, man. Don't let him do it. That's the last time I've spoke to him in person. But we have been chatting, we've been chatting about this fight, but I haven't heard much as of late. We will probably find out more. I'm telling all the opponents, I've said it in a tweet, Poirier, Chandler, Jake Paul, whoever, Nate, get in line. I'm first.
This is a real thing? You and him in a wheelchair match? It's a real thing?
Yeah, it's for charity. It's for the Irish Wheelchair Association. The guy who set it up is a guy named Sir Steve-O Timothy. That's his stage name. And basically he did an event a few months ago, and he fought Paddy Barnes in the main event. and it was wheelchair boxing. So we wanted to do a second event, which was originally scheduled to take place in December. But because of Ireland and, the restrictions that are going on over here, we had to cancel the event and we had to push it back to a later date. So we're hoping a date in March, maybe April. We got to find out more, obviously, from Conor's end.
Yeah.
But we'll find out, and it'll be great fun. Conor finally gets to,
to meet his match
one-on-one with the impersonator.
This is amazing.
But I think what's important is it's for a great cause. It'll be a fun night for all involved. When it takes place.
Yeah.
God,
okay. So, Well, good for you for getting that big money fight. A lot of people queuing to fight Conor McGregor. Yes, that's right. Good for you. Okay. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's give the people what they want. I've seen you do this on other shows, and basically I'll throw out a name and you go. Is that fair?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, you're just like on demand. I feel almost bad doing this to you, but I think we could all use a laugh, and you're tremendous at what you do.
Yeah, before we go into this, Ariel, I've become so accustomed to this. I am more comfortable being all of these different characters than myself.
Your side.
Well, I wanted to make an announcement, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yes, please.
Before we get into this, I have a new podcast launching in Ireland. I had a podcast before, but we've got a massive studio. It's in a great spot in Ireland, and it's sponsored by Go Loud, who they're doing a lot of they're producing a lot of the top podcasts in Ireland, and it's going to be called Al Foran's Football Ramble.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of ranting about Man United.
Look at you getting in the plug. Mid interview. Yeah. I mean, I was going to serve it up at the end, but you wanted to get that plug in. No, I appreciate that. You got to do what you got to do. All right. So Al Foran, what is it again? What did you say?
Al Foran's Football Ramble, sponsored by Go Loud.
Okay, and that's in February.
Yeah, we're looking to launch in the next few weeks, but February probably realistically we'll be launching then. It's going to be a mix of, we'll have football sketches, and we'll have guests on. It won't just be ex-soccer players; it'll be fans of different teams and all that as well. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Let's ease into things here. Let's go light. Let's start with the 45th president of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump.
Well, let me tell you something, Ariel. Al Foran, let's agree. Let's agree on this. This Al Foran guy's a very boring person. I mean, he bored me to death. I mean, the people in the live chat, they must think he's a very boring individual. But let me tell you something. We are going to attack. We're going to attack, and we are going to win this election. The re-election will be glorious than ever. It's going to be really fantastic. Dana's going to come on. He's going to make a speech for me. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be really great. So I look forward to it. It really is. Joe, you stole it from me, and I'm going to take it back. That's all I have to say about that.
I love when your face just turns into the person. That is... Oh my! I'm crying after the first one here.
It's a funny thing, because I'm not going to break character now, but I'll explain to you why. When I do the impression, okay, I've got the voice, but it's never a step. It's not a step-by-step process. So I'm doing the impression, but the mannerisms, they automatically come with the impression. So I don't have to do voice first, expression second. It's all in one. Oh. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a really fantastic thing?
Okay. Wow. I'm crying after the first. Robert De Niro.
Oh. It's not too bad. Let me tell you, it's not too bad. You got to do what you got to do. It's great to be here as well on your show. I love all the the toys you got there, Ariel. It's great. Got the Evident Cup over there. You got DC in the corner. How you doing, DC? How are you?
Oh, man. Joe Pesci.
Am I allowed to swear? Ariel, is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's
You
okay.
can't do a fucking minute. What the fuck? Come on, you're taking your time. Come on, tell me, Ariel. What the fuck have I got to do? What the fuck? Let me tell you something. We've got some great fights this month. I cannot wait for Cyril Gann and Francis Ngannou. Let me tell you something. I can't wait for the two of them. The two of them are going to be, it's going to be incredible. I can't wait. Are you excited? Are you excited? What are you taking? What's wrong with you, Ariel? What are you taking your fucking time for to answer my question? Come on.
How good is it? Frank, how good is this? How good is this?
I'm not convinced it's not Pesci.
Did I get Frank seal of approval? Come on, Frank.
My cheeks are hurting right now. Okay. Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
Let me tell you, really good to be here. How you doing, Ariel? It's really great. I'm feeling good. We're looking forward to some of the fights coming up. It's going to be really good. Looking forward to when Conor comes back. Obviously he's going to come back against Al Foran. It'll be a great fight. He's going to box his head in. Say your prayers for Al Foran. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. All right? It's really good. Okay.
Matthew McConaughey.
First, let me say, it is a true pleasure to be here. Just in your presence. It's just a great presence. I mean, Ariel, you got kids. You went to see Sing too?
Yes.
Wasn't it such an experience? I mean, that's what it's all about. You want to bring your kids. You want to bring the fantastic experience of singing. See, that is what is all right about that. It's an incredible experience. It's good.
Woody Harrelson. Let's stick with the actors.
Well, it's a great pleasure. I love this show. I mean, it's amazing, man. Me and Matt, we love it. It's incredible. I don't like to advertise. I'm a big fan of MMA. I like a lot of the fighters, man. I mean, that Colby Covington guy, I mean, he's playing a character, and it's great. I love it, man.
The laugh is amazing. You do this one, the soccer one. It wasn't on our list, but you say, when you say obviously a lot, who's the football player, that you say, obviously?
Harry Kane.
Who is it?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, yes, Harry Kane. That's a great one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously, we talked about it a little bit like that. He's a Spurs fan. Obviously you're an Everton fan as well. And I mean, if we're on the subject of Everton, I may as well do Wayne Rooney. He was from
Obviously great that you got the Everton Cup over there, Ariel. So thank you very much, mate.
Okay. Gordon Ramsay.
Wow. Okay. Amazing. Some fantastic fights coming up. Okay. Gunn versus Ngannou. Going to be amazing. Brilliant. In a week. We're all so fucking excited, aren't we?
Oh,
I mean, what a dish. Wow. What a main course of a fight. Fantastic. Nothing raw about that. Okay. That's perfect. Wow. Amazing. What are you looking at? For God's sake, Ariel. Bloody hell. Forward to ending fights. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Wow.
Let's get into the fighters. Mike Tyson. This is going to be great.
Well, Ariel, I'm in shape. I'm in the best shape of my life at the moment. I feel good about myself. So, I mean, we're looking at another fight like I did with Boy. I got those poor brothers. They seem to want to call me out. One of them launched an energy drink, and the other calling himself the best boxer in the world. But I kept picking props to the kid. A lot of people didn't like the kid, but what he's doing, he's using his mouth. He's using his mouth, and he's getting somewhere with it. So, I mean, it's all props to the kid. I mean, it's like, the way I view it is, it's like a wrestling storyline, you get the guy who wins the Royal Rumble, goes to WrestleMania, wins the main fight. It's like the guy who goes up and beats this guy. That's the story behind it. It's amazing, man. I'm going too much in a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. Tony Bellew.
Mate, I'm looking forward to it. Let me tell you something, right? Looking at Tyson Fury, I think Usyk fight is the fight to make for him. All right, mate. That's the fight to make. Usyk, Fury, that's the fight. That's the fight that everyone wants to look at. So say fucking do it, mate. That's it. You know, you've got the Everton court. Tony's a massive Everton fan. Ariel, Tony's a massive, and Everton are on an absolute slump at the moment, mate. It's not good. It's not good. It's very like Manchester United, and I don't like it, mate.
I love I haven't seen you do Darren Till or Paddy Pimblett yet. I feel like these are ones that
I'll work on
those are
characters.
Speaking of Mr. Fury, Tyson Fury.
100%. Let me tell you something, right? You see some of these bums, like these tossers. You've got Vladimir Klitschko calling me out earlier. You've got Usyk, and you've got, AJ. AJ couldn't get the job done. So I'm the guy that comes in and gets the job. That's what I do, right? He really couldn't get the job done against Klitschko in Wembley. I had to go and I beat him. I beat him fair and square. So if you're looking at me, I'm going to beat Usyk. Dillian White, if he wants it, he can get it. He's been calling me out for a long time. So let me tell you something. I'm the greatest heavyweight in the world. Nobody comes close.
The best.
Every single one of them, just ass.
I love that you use like those words like fair and square. It's just it's amazing how you just get their vocabulary down. What about the great John Fury?
When you're doing Tyson, right, your level's here. But when you're doing John, you've got to bring it down the level. You have to talk about my son. Oh, my son is one of the greatest fighting men you'll ever see in your life. What he done? What he done in those 3 fights against Deontay Wilder? Never will be repeated. You see my son. He's of the heart of a lion. He moves like a tiger in that ring when you see him. And he beats every man. Any man that comes up to him, he beats. No man better than my son, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I can't even imagine doing that to his face.
I'll tell you, the political bastards that want to beat him, they can't beat him. They will not beat him.
What about Tommy?
Yeah, so when you're doing Tommy, very much like that. So, yeah, obviously, Tommy was very unlucky with that injury, and I look forward to him fighting Jake Paul and knocking Jake Paul out, spark out. So that's what's happening.
He says spark out every time. He says it. Oh, my God. I've never heard your Bisping.
Yeah, I've kind of gone into Al here.
When you're doing Mike, it's very much like that. So you're kind of focusing on this, and his voice is kind of like that. But there's a hint of an American in there, and a hint of the old Manchester accent that he used to have. So it's kind of like that.
That's a new one.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Now we start to get into the nitty gritty here. Nathan Diaz.
It's whatever. I don't give a fuck. Whatever player wants, if he wants to fight, let's do it. I don't give a fuck. I'll take anyone. The player, Conor. This fight with Conor is what? August going to be 6th anniversary of the second fight. So I don't give a fuck. Whatever, what's up? I'll fight my motherfucker, man. So.
What's up? And there's 2 left. My 2 favorites. I have to say, we'll leave Conor last out of respect, but I think my favorite one that you do is Katie Taylor because it's so hard. I can't imagine recreating her voice. She has a very unique voice. And so without further ado, please give us the pound for pound queen, Katie Taylor.
Yeah, thanks a million, Ariel. Obviously, for coming on here. It's an absolute pleasure. It's a great show, and there's some great guests on today. You had Kevin on earlier, you had Robert Whittaker, and you're really favorite. It's a great honor to be on. So thanks so much for having me. And yeah, just gotta keep going with the career, and keep doing what I'm doing, undefeated at the moment. So yeah, it's just gotta be amazing. So, yeah, absolutely, Ariel. So yeah.
Have you ever done it? Her voice to her? Have you ever met her?
No, but Gareth Davies told me a few weeks ago during the Tyson tour that she really did like the impression. She said,
"Hey, something though, I'd like to challenge him in a ring as well."
So I think that would be the best content ever.
Oh my God, that would be incredible content.
But me getting beaten up by Conor McGregor, and then the next week I'll go to
Katie Taylor. Oh, your Katie Taylor is fan-freaking-tastic. Wow.
She's awesome, by the way. Sorry, she is unbelievable.
One of my favorite athletes on the planet. Just the way she represents herself, and I can't wait if they do that fight in April. Madison Square Garden, Herndon and Serrano. Okay, the big one.
Yeah.
You're the one that I was introduced to you. Yeah. The Notorious.
Keep going, mate. Keep doing what you're doing, mate.
The one and only Conor McGregor, yes?
What's up, Ariel? How are you, mate? You all right? I mean, things were a little bit tense the last time we spoke, wasn't it? Don't worry. I'm all happy. It's like 2013 all over again. Do you know what I mean, mate? I'm here and I'm feeling good. Feeling good. The titanium shin bone is coming in very handy as well. So, all very good, mate. So, we're here. When's your Ruya on? When's your Ruya? Get me to join in with your Ruya. Telling myself and your Ruya had some fun a couple of years ago down that Ultimate Fighter. Do you know what I mean? He was my enemy going in because I sparked poor El Shadow. So, you know, he was a bit annoyed by that. But we became very good mates at the end of it, didn't we? Didn't we, Ariel?
Oh my God.
Listen, mate. Whatever happens when we come back. I mean, it's a title shot. And they can complain all they want, but they cannot generate the money that I generate for this company. Do you know what I mean? I am this bleeding company. I am this bleeding sport. Do you know what I mean? Let's be truthful here. I come back, Ariel, and do you know what I mean? It's another record broken, and that's it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And there's nobody who can do it. Nobody who can do it. So things are very good at the moment. Do you know what I mean? The pub is going well. The Black Forge pub.
Yes.
We have our own stout.
That's right, the stout, the Forge stout.
I'm putting Fat Al from Tala. He's not from Tala. He corrected it. He's actually from Portmarnock, which is way over on the north side. I thought he was from the Blade and South side. I didn't know, mate. So, me and him in the wheelchair boxing, all for a very good cause. But I swear to God, when I get in there with him, I tell you.
The bleeding.
You won't know what's coming, the poor lad.
Oh my God. Charles Oliveira next, yeah? After Al?
100% Charles Oliveira next. 100%. I'll go for that title. Absolutely. The new and improved version of me going in there. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this Shambo, I tell you, Ariel, I'm hitting it off everything. I do genuinely feel like Arnie. Do you know what I mean with this thing? It's good, mate. It's good. There is a new and improved Conor McGregor coming, so that's it. And he wants it. You know what I mean? Oliveira wants it. He wants the old red panty night. I just can't believe little old Al is getting it before everyone else.
If you close your eyes, it literally sounds exactly like him. Well done, my friend. Well done, Al. You are a freaking legend. I'm so happy that you came on. I don't know if you could tell here, but I'm crying. I mean, it's coming out of my nose. It's coming out of my eyes. It's just such a great time. Impressionist Al on Twitter, and Al, is it Al Foran Comedy on Instagram? Yes.
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got the podcast coming out in a few weeks. You're a legend, my friend. You really are. Keep doing your thing.
Honestly, thank you so much, Ariel. I really appreciate it. And you were one of the first guests on my podcast, and I'll be eternally grateful for that. You know, for you coming on. So I'm so honored and privileged to be on. And as you said, you know, it's January. Those January blues are kicking in. So I mean, hopefully, I provided a bit of a laugh.
You did. Oh my God, I'm sweating.
You know.
Oh, I'm sweating here, Al. This was fantastic. I can't thank you enough. I wish you nothing but the best to you and your family. A great 2022. Good luck in the wheelchair boxing. We'll probably have you on before that because that's going to be one of the biggest events of the year. And thank you for going through the whole list. I could do that whole thing all over again. We'll have you on again soon. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it, and the best of you. And congrats on this amazing work and the laughter that you provide to people.
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Legend.
All right, there he is. Wow. Al Foran, what an unbelievable talent. I am crying right now. I need to take off. Oh, my gosh.